Hi, if you're watching this video because you found it on one of my social medias or stumbled upon it through the algorithms of the internet, welcome. The link attached to this video will have all of the dirty details about this campaign and what it's for and what's going to be happening next, but this video provides a short summary of what has been happening to me and my family over the last few weeks. On November 26th, I received a call from Taiwan from one of my mother's friends who told me that she had suffered a hemorrhagic stroke and was being taken care of at a hospital, and surgery had been done to save her life, but now she has to live with the aftermath of the stroke. As of December 18th, she's unable to move her right side and she's unable to speak and will likely have to relearn all of those abilities again depending on how the recovery process goes. Currently, there are times when she's lucid and she's able to recognize friends and family and also do very simple basic instructions, but there's a long road ahead. The recovery doctors estimate will take between 6 months to 1 year. I was fortunate to have been working on my first stateside audio gig, which gave me the money I needed to travel from Washington to Taiwan in the midst of the holiday season. The hospital needed to confirm my identity in person as she had no other family in Taiwan or anyone else who is legally able to make decisions for her. I was the only one. Navigating that experience while speaking the bare minimum of Chinese necessary to communicate with social workers and also hospital staff had been an incredible challenge, not to mention trying to pick up the pieces of my mother's affairs to best assist her during this troubling time. This crisis, I should say. However, I have no regrets about going. It was good to see my mother, despite what had happened, and it was also good to get things as legally squared away as I could with the amount of time that I stayed in Taiwan. Roughly 9 days. But I left Taiwan knowing that at the very least she would have someone to watch over and care for her. All the details are in the GoFundMe, but this campaign is for raising money so that she would have the best chance of recovery possible. Before her surgery, in which doctors needed to get access to her brain, they had to shave her head. And hair has always been an important thing for my mother, and I wanted to show some small support in addition to raising money for her that would just let her know that she's not alone. So please enjoy this clip of clippers being used to shave off the last 4 years of growth that I had been doing. She's 67, and according to the doctors, because of her age, she has a stronger chance at making a recovery versus someone who was 20 years older. I will admit that growing up, we had a lot of conflicts. Although overall, I recognize that my mother did the best with me with what she had. She was always a strong supporter of what I wanted to do, and even told me once, "Robert, if you want to be a garbage man, I'm going to support you." And I haven't forgotten that. Just to be clear, there's nothing wrong with being a garbage man. However, in my mother's mind, that was the furthest thing from what she thought was my personal calling. She's always stressed that she would support me in whatever it was that I wanted to do with my life. And I want to now work in whatever way I can to help give back to this woman who has made me, who has played a large role in making me the person that I am today. For anyone who has stumbled across this video and have watched it to this point, thank you for your support. Whether that's through donating or talking to your loved ones to see what plans should the worst happen at any given time. I've learned through this that the worst can happen at any time. So if your parents or loved ones are still around and you don't know exactly what would happen in case things go south, talk to them. Feel free to use me as an example to give them some kind of ease, as I know that some parents are kind of touchy about that kind of subject. What, you think I'm going to die? you know, that sort of thing. No. Um, if you're a parent who's around my mother's age and you haven't talked to your children about what would happen next if, God forbid, something does happen to you, take the time to talk to them about it. Should the worst happen, it is always best to be prepared, and thank you for taking the time to listen. The goal for this campaign is $7,500. We are fortunate in that the cost of physical therapy and rehabilitation center care in Taiwan is a lot less than it would be in the United States, and I'm glad that she has the citizenship and also the government backing of a nursing home should we not have the money necessary to afford a physical therapist or a rehabilitation center. The average cost for that type of care is around the ballpark of $3,000 a month, depending on which facility is selected to assist with this. I understand that the goal of $7,500 is not enough to cover for the next 6 months, but it's enough to give my mother a few months head start while I try to figure out other things that I can do for her financially. I'm doing my part in making sure that money gets sent to her every month. I can do about $500 a month comfortably at minimum, but it's nowhere near the amount needed. For stroke victims, getting them the care they need as soon as possible gets them the best chance of recovery, which is why I am starting this campaign. All the relevant details and also what I'm able to offer you, the donator, can be found by clicking on the link attached to this video. Thank you for your time and support. The hair will come back. I hope Mom does too.